Hello everyone, welcome back. We are video number 7, I think. Um, Today I want to talk about something personal to myself. Um, Something that's really important. Um, in here, I named this Michael Cox project for a very, very good reason. And it's to focus on, kind of what goes on in a person's mind, especially when, there's so many things thrown at you. Um, Going into and wavering into the unknown, there's no set path for what I want to do. And at times it feels like there's no job that's actually created for what I want to do. And so, in here we started with the AI controls engineer, then we're going and shifting, and I was like, oh, we're going to go full send into the UAS engineer position that I seen, and it starts to become a little wishy-washy. And it is. It definitely is. But there's a reason. I don't have a clear path, and I don't have necessarily the people working in that industry giving me advice on anything. And so now it becomes kind of just like guessing, like just throwing waypoints out there and going to them and seeing if you're going to the right camp or something. And so it gets a little exhausting at times because it's like, okay, well, this place has it, or this place already has a job set out for this, and these are the things I have to learn, or this job has this. And so I've been looking at jobs, and I've been trying to figure out, how do I get to this point? How do I get to this point of what I want to get? The one thing that's been consistent, especially with going to K-State and everything, is because I looked at a computer science program, and it was a good program, but I just didn't want to be just a software developer. I didn't want to just go in and just create software. That's not entirely what I want to do. And then I started looking at stuff, and I was like, well, maybe this one, and maybe I want to be a computer engineer, and that's a little bit more hands-on with some more technical stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't hit the targets of what I'm wanting to learn. And so that's why K-State was so attractive to me. This was leading me towards something that I really wanted to build in. And the next thing was I was researching autonomous system software. I was like, okay, how do I get into this software? How do I start integrating sensors and doing all these things? And then I came across ROS2. And I was like, ROS2 is something that would be wonderful to learn because it can affect me in industrial automation. It can affect me in autonomous systems. It's just an overall very good software to use. And so I started looking at stuff and training, and I've been pretty consistent on always going back and looking at that. And so what I'm wanting to do moving forward is, one, I want to show you guys kind of like the torturous path of not having a set plan at all times. Like there's a plan, but not having any guidance in the plan. There's nothing. I mean, with a marathon, when you train for it for the first time, we're just like, oh, I just run and just eat a bunch of junk. And then you get to the marathon and you kind of go through it. And then it starts becoming a more refined process the more and more you start hitting checkpoints and how you got there. And so that's what this is. We're just hitting checkpoints, and we're understanding, hey, that didn't work. We got to change something. So I would like to review the Construct. I'd like to go through their courses, show you guys what's going on. Well, I can't show you the course because you need to sign up for it. But I can give feedback on the course, like, how well the software is, was it confusing or not. They have a master class developer. That's like, I don't know, if you spend 2 years on it, it's like $24,000, 24,000 euros. I don't have the money for that, so I'm not going to do that. But I can go through, select a certificate I'd like to get, go through all the training, get the certificate, then go ahead and put it on my LinkedIn, and then see how much traction I can get inside the job world. And that's what I really want to show. Does it work? Does it get you there? I don't think it necessarily hurts if you're in ROS2 and you're developing and doing stuff. But I'd like to start working towards being a robotics developer. But also I want people to see the process of how much pain goes into this when there's not a lot of guidance. You know, I would say the hardest part from the recruiter's perspective is how many influx of applications you're going to get, and how many people have the internal validation to come into this job to say, I really want this job, versus I want this job, but I'm not really going to work hard at this job. And I think there's a difference. And so I'm just taking from The Hustle on Netflix, you know, talent is great, but obsession's going to win every time. And I want to show the level of obsession that I have towards wanting to become better. Yeah, I can go get a job in industrial automation right now, make enough money to enjoy my family and not have to do this. But that's not what I want. I want to push into something more, and I want to push the boundaries, and that's important to me. That's my internal validation. Going to a wonderful college is something that is validation to myself. It isn't about the degree, it's about the stuff that I can do because of the degree. And that's what the difference is for school for me. I take it very serious. The last couple weeks have been rough because I missed an assignment and I just beat myself up over it. If it's not an A, I'm in full panic mode because I'm like, I cannot get anything less than an A. And, you know, when you have kids and stuff, it's not necessarily going to work out all the time. So, you know, I want you guys to see like the good, bad, and the ugly, especially the ugly, because this gets ugly so quick. You guys don't. I should be documenting this more, but you guys aren't seeing the down times where I'm just like, you know, F this. I'm done. I'm done with all this crap, and then I come back the next day, sit right back down, and get back to work. I've had probably about 4 of those moments this summer. This summer's been a huge test of will, but I'm sticking with it. I'm still making these videos. I'm going back, I'm reviewing them, still trying to figure out how to move forward and become that software developer for robotics. Not only software developer, but I physically get on, wire some stuff in, and get on the machine and do what I need to do. And so I don't want to lose the technical aspect, but I want to gain more in the software aspect. So going forward, there is a free certificate from The Construct. I'm going to start with that first. I'm going to start with the Linux program. We're going to go through that course. I'm going to make a video as soon as I'm finished with it. I'm going to review it. I want to tell you guys about it. Maybe some things that maybe if they watch this at The Construct, they can use my feedback and say, like, hey, we like that. So going to go and get this finished, get the Linux course, and then there's a Python course and a C++ course. And so I'm going to go through that. It's the basics for ROS. And then from there, we're just going to keep moving forward, getting into this. And then I want to show, does it lead to a job? Does going to school, going to The Construct, does this lead to a job in the position that I want? And so we're going to document that. We're going to go through that. So today, the wishy-washy ends. Focus comes into play. We're going to put the blinders on, and we're going to get down to the grit of this, and we're going to grind. We are going to grind until we get to a result that we want. So, sorry for the wishy-washiness, but that's what this series is for. This is what it's all about. All about this. But I also want to show you guys, you know, what happens to a mind when there's no clear path forward because there's no real guidance towards it, so it can lead to just an absolute implosion of everything, and then it's just F the world and keep moving on from there. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna do the construct. I'm gonna post videos. It's still gonna be under the K-State journey because this is still part of K-State journey, but I just wanted to make more I wanted to bring clarity to why this is happening. Also, for the next video, when we do the Linux class and we get done with that, I'm going to change my background and I'm getting a new camera. So I'm really excited for that. I hope that brings better video quality, and maybe it won't be as choppy because I feel like the videos are kind of choppy. So, yeah, good things moving forward. We're doing great things. So thank you guys, and I will catch you in the next one.